What's up guys, Barry here with Trash Trackers. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look and review at the second generation Rehrig EG. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the card came out in around 2016. Longtime viewers of the channel know that I did a very brief review on it back then when it first came out. I got a city cart that was a Rehrig EG. But these are the second generation carts, hold 95 gallons. The predecessor to the EG was the EV, and the predecessor to the EV was the NG. All happened within a pretty quick time span. Now you may be wondering what this hole in the lid is for. That's for these safe waste latches. So the latches are able to be inserted into the lid without having to drill into the lid, without having to modify it at all. There we go. Now that it's hammered in, you can see it swivels around a little bit, and the bottom part hooks onto the lip just like that. I think it's a great design feature, great idea by Rehrig to include a lid that's compatible with this feature. Now, despite a few stress channels, which I'll show you in a minute, this is a completely airtight cart with the body and a watertight cart from the lid and the cart itself. So taking a look at the lid first off, fairly sturdy, has Rehrig's signature sturdy lids. I honestly think that Rehrig lids are some of the best in the game, just with how thick and durable they are. They're reinforced in all the places they need to be. Pause the video, take a look at the hot stamp labeling there. Hot stamp labeling is an option. So for a while Phoenix had hot stamp labels on their Rehrig lids. And these are rain channels right here. So when it rains and the water wants to get stuck on the lid, it's already got a sloped surface, so it falls all the way down here, and the rain falls out, does not get stuck on the lid. And you'll also see this little line right here. You may be wondering what this is for. That's just for ease of stacking with the way that the cart body lines up with the cart lid. So you can fit more of these in a truck. The lid overall, incredible, just with its thickness and durability, as well as the safe waste global lock and the rain slots. It's really everything you could ask for. Now the lid pins are really simple and easy to remove. I have a full video on that, link in the description. But you just take either a screwdriver or an oar tool. You find the slot inside. So there's a hole going all the way through. Find the hole. Wedge it out, there we go. Here's a closer look at these lid pins. They have little ridges on the end of them to stay inside just a little bit further. To put them back in, just take a hammer. After lining it up, you can use the back of your oar tool. Sometimes it's harder than others. Now the body has a catch bar in front, as per industry standard, but it's still an airtight cart, like I said, because the catch bar is its own sub-assembly. These can't be removed easily. They are installed while the cart is still warm. And these little slots right here, these are actually stress channels. So if and when the cart gets grabbed kind of at a wrong angle, there's still quite a bit of give to it, which I think is a great design. The way that this new lid overlaps, it still creates a watertight seal, which I think is a great feature. Now the main differentiator between the EG1 and the EG2 is that the second generation EG has this huge stress channel in the back, so no matter which way it gets grabbed, a lot of the stress is going to be put onto this area right here and not onto other places of the cart. Also, these carts have rounded fronts just so they're a little bit easier to tip with the Type B tippers. I'm sure you will also notice these grooves here. These go on the four corners of the cart just to provide some extra stability. When it gets dumped, it's not going to slip out nearly as easily, but also just provide another layer of ruggedness to the cart. Goes all the way around the back to the stress channel. Now the walls of the cart are very strong, even without this added layer of gripping. Some of the sturdiest in the business. Just a huge amount of plastic goes into these carts. They have just enough give, I think, where they don't crack super easily. But the parts of the cart where the shapes are meeting, so all these corners, the tipper pocket, the stress channel, all of those parts are reinforced with some extra plastic just for the wear and tear and for the durability of this thing. Which, I mean, these carts hold up insanely well, even in Phoenix. Now, Rehrig doesn't make their own wheels, and they often use geoplastics. These are the Geoplastics Easy Release spring wheels. So chances are, if you order a Rehrig cart, you're going to get one of these or a pair of these. Easy to release, just insert an oar or screwdriver. The screwdriver tends to work better. Push the little spring down and slide it out. So it's this spring right here, little metal part. Push it away from you, downwards towards the edge of the wheel, and that releases a metal pin inside of the cart that'll let the wheel slide out from the axle bar. There's only one hole for the axle to be put into, so unfortunately these carts can only take 10-inch wheels, and it is quite a large hole, so it can hold all sorts of different sized axles, but the axles do tend to wiggle around a little bit. For cons with this cart, I only have a couple. Obviously, one being the fact that the cart can only take one size of wheel, only have the 10-inch wheel option. The lid pins are another con for me with this cart. It's just kind of inconsistent batch per batch. I mean, this cart was sitting out in the sun, so it had the pin kind of warm up and split a little bit on me while I was filming this review. Overall, I just think they need a slight redesign to be maybe a little bit more stable, go into the cart a little bit more, because I've seen the lid pins pop out just a few too many times. It's less of an issue on these second generation carts, but really was an issue on the first gens. Not a bad design by any means, but I think it could use an upgrade. And I know this cart doesn't have any printing or labeling besides the hot stamp, but in my experience the Rehrig labels on the lids come off really easily. I don't know if it's something with the ink or the process, while the side printing and side labels do great. Also, now and again I've seen larger items like cardboard boxes get stuck inside the cart while it's being picked up, just because the walls have a little bit of give, which isn't necessarily the cart's fault. I just thought it was something worth noting. So should you buy EG2s for your cities and haulers? I think definitely yes. EG2s for sure. EG1s needed some reworking, they needed some reshaping, and that's what the EG2 is. It's the upgraded version. So if the option for EG2s is available, I would say yes, definitely order these over the EG1. I would recommend this cart for trash and green organics specifically because it has the airtight body, it has the watertight seal around the lid, but like I said, recycle does get stuck on the bottom of the cart sometimes. That's just kind of something you have to use with discretion. See if that's going to work for your trucks, your grippers, your tippers. So not a sponsored review, not a sponsored video, but Rehrig did supply this cart for review. It's your turn, guys. Let me know down in the comments down below what your opinion of this carts. How have you seen them holding up over the last 10 or so years? What are they being used for? What do your haulers, what do your cities think? And that's going to do it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next video.